Hello everyone, this is Moncef Afkir, and thank you so much for joining me in this new episode of Being the Bridge podcast. And the episode today is a clip from a live group session that I did last weekend. And the group session theme was Cosmic Soul Retrieval, Trust Again, and Prioritize Connecting to Your Higher Power. And I will put the link to this on the YouTube video description. And also, if you are listening on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, if you want to watch it, it's about 30 minutes. And so I will let you with the clip. Another point I want to talk about a little bit is setting our priorities. Because many times when we have a challenge out of fear or control, we react in a way that can make the experience more challenging or more chaotic. And we've seen that and experienced that in the past when we react in that way. Sometimes it doesn't solve the issue, and also maybe sometimes it can solve it, but it's like we keep living our life in that way, just reacting out of fear, out of sometimes like sadness. It's more about a reaction to the density that we experience, instead of trying to connect to our heart first and trying to find a different way to move through that challenge. And here we can take some time to contemplate like what is really important to us. Is it to continually just living or just surviving and living out of fear and living just by over controlling things? Because at some point we get tired of that, and the quality of our life, it's not something that we can enjoy. Maybe we can have some moments of joy and excitement, but whenever something happens, a challenge, we may freak out, or we may get scared quickly, and then we get stuck on those states of beings. But when we shift our priority and we start connecting to our hearts and living our life as a sovereign being who creates life the way they want, if we make this importance, then it becomes easier for us to be consistent in the practice that I mentioned, because we know that this is important to us, and this is the way we want to live, and this is the life or the timeline that we want to shift to. Yeah, so take a deep breath. And also, once we shift our priority, we start to believe that it's possible to create a different life or different experience, or live the dreams that we want. And it's really possible to do that when we connect to our higher power, to that aspect of us that we didn't believe in before, that we didn't believe it's possible to create from that state of being or from that energy. Take a deep breath. And one last point is time and the illusion of time, because also when we do the practice, when we feel more connected to our higher power, our true self, we keep checking the physical world if things shifted or not yet. And then there is that pressure that is created, that we have because of time, because of the timing when we think things should happen. And this can make that connection to our higher self a little more challenging. Because what we do when we check, we check the old timeline, and the new timeline that we are creating, it's something new. We are not really familiar to it, and it may show up over time, but because we are so focused on the old timeline and we are not present, we don't see the shifts that is happening. So when we maybe surrender when things should happen and focus on connecting to our true power, to bring our soul fully back into our body. And of course we have responsibilities that we need to do. So we take the actions that we need to take, but make it an important part of our daily life to have time to connect to ourselves, to have it just for ourselves. And when we let go of the timing, of control, and how things should happen, then with time we start seeing the shift happening. And it can be very different to the image that we created initially. And it can be much better because this is something new. The image that we create is more to create that initial motivation to trust ourselves and to believe that it's possible to create something new. But then what will happen? It's the more we are flexible, the more the universe can really surprise us by experiences that we never expected to have before, or we didn't believe that they are possible. Hi again. So thank you for watching this part of the group session. And so again, if you want to watch the full guided group session, you can click on the link that is in the description. Also, I would love to hear your feedback about the message from today's episode. You can type it on the comments section. And also, if it resonates with you, I invite you to like the video and also subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. And so with that, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.